I'd like to share with you my story and my experience in Dadaab, Garissa, Nairobi, and Mogadishu recently. We left Somalia, Kismayo in particular, when I was 10 years old with my family. We didn't live there until our father died, so my mom was left alone, so she had to go. Then we went through Dadaab refugee camps, very congested camp. By then, it was only meant to host 90,000 people. Then as time went by, the number grew and it tripled, like even more than 4 times. I think now it's close to 500,000 refugees living there. So when you hear of Dadaab refugee camps, you may think of a bunch of tents, malnourished children, people dying, and mothers queuing for handouts. But that's not the real picture now. After 20 years, it's growing into a big city. And they say, if counted as a city, it becomes Kenya's 3rd largest city. And people have really made life easier for them, got adapted, started business, growing investments. You cannot imagine. There's electricity, there is internet cafes, some sort of lodging. People are really trying to make a home, but it's not by choice. They're just waiting for us to come together, like now, share ideas on how we can tap into those people's manpower, because the great number of youth who are living there, they have their own leadership structure, they've organized themselves, and because there's no opportunity for higher learning, they started their own system where they attract the youth, create opportunities, programs, trainings. And one of the projects we started was the Refugee Newsletter. The Refugee Newsletter was supported by FilmAid International, and we started to try to tell the history of the Dadaab youth or the Dadaab community in general to the world. It is very rare to find people going through primary education, secondary, and then university. So the farthest they can go is high school, and then that's it. And not even high school, because you'll find sometimes over 3,000 people is sitting for the final primary education. Only less than 400 of them get selected because of lack of space and funding. I feel I was among the lucky ones, even though I was not sponsored by the agencies there to get university. I had some of my relatives and family members in Nairobi who sponsored my university. And then finally, I made a choice to come back to Mogadishu. It was not my choice to leave, but now it is my ambition and choice to come back to do something, at least for my community. And thank you. I would like to share with you some of the activities we used to do. And in Dadaab, health facilities and provision of health services is very limited, and you'll find sometimes some very horrifying stories, people with prolonged sickness, and they're not given proper treatment. So one of the things we did was that I tried to engage the learned youth there who have no opportunity, try to bring them together, create this forum, and then we collect ideas, share experiences, write the challenges our people are facing, and then one of the agents helped us publish. We had a page on Facebook. We tried to connect with our friends in diaspora, and then one of this story is this man. This image might be very disturbing, I know, but he was one of the people living there. He came to look for medicine. So what happened was, for 9 months, he was running to and from the agency hospital trying to get support, surgery, at least help. He left Somalia because he thought that there were many agencies trying to help. Actually, there was a lot of help and support, but for people like him, it was really very dangerous. Sometimes they say, we better treat like 100 children than spending a lot of money to treat one person. So and that person's life is really worth it. So it's really challenging. So I tried to document his story, try to put it on our website, share his story from his own personal point of view, and then sent to other Somali sites in the diaspora. And then the man, after 9 months, he could not breathe well, he could not eat well. This tumor that engulfed the whole of his face had caused him not to breathe well, to eat well, and then it was really terrible. And the condition and the environment there is, you have heard about it, it's really hot and difficult. And then in few months, the story was hard. There are other people who asked for support from the diaspora, But because they didn't see the real history, there was not that much contribution. But when they had the audio-visual part of it, everybody was contributing. The man was immediately sponsored, taken to Nairobi, got operation, and then the whole thing was removed. This is him after the treatment. Thanks to the diaspora people. Thanks to the Somali community. So this is what I was looking for, trying to see how we can solve our own problems by our own selves. Now in Dadaab, there is election, there's leadership structure, there are many youths who are doing really good programs. So I was thinking there are many experts who are trying to analyze how this young power can be used. They were trying to challenge Kenya to absorb them and then to use them as a source of economic growth. So I'm thinking, let's think the other way and use this youth outside Somalia, including Dadaab, US, Europe, wherever, and the ones here, and help them change this country for the better. So, and on coming to Mogadishu, one of the things I saw, I just want to share with you, because they say children are the future leaders of this country, or future leaders. Now, this is what made me really very sad, because if we initiate our children now to celebrate this way with these big toy guns, I think we're not helping them. We need to try to create other ways of making them enjoy life, celebrate with positive images that symbolize peace and future prosperity, something like that. Because we are losing generations. In Dadaab, after 20 years, it's growing to be the world's largest refugee camp. Some 10,000 or over 10,000 generations are there now, born by parents who are themselves born there. They have no identity. I went to one of the schools, one of the primary schools, trying to look for what the children think. It was 1st July, before I left, trying to understand what they think about, what they know about 1st July. And I went to specifically a school called Hawatako Primary School. They just named it Hawatako Primary School. Children there, some of the teachers were born there, they're teaching there, they're teaching the history, geography, and the political system of Kenya. And I told them, what do you know about Hawatako? Hawatako is the name of our school. They know nothing. They're Somalis. The teacher, I asked him, what do you know? And then I asked them, what do you know about 1st July? Is there any cause to celebrate? And they were like, no. Do you know the national anthem of Somalia? No. Tell me that of Kenya. And I was like, so that's what we want to change. All these generations growing. Those ones outside, they're losing identity. The ones inside, they're being initiated this way. So I think we need to change this and try to create a forum or a program where we can help these young children, the youth, to be treated as the future leaders. So that is my experience, my hopes, vision, and I hope you will bear with me this, and let's take from there. Thank you very much.